opening to season here, 2021, hunting high country mule deer. Man, I'm just psyched to be back in this range. What are you doing, Barney?
Headlamp, knife, going to kill a buck.
Alright, rock and roll, first hunt of the year. We left tonight after work, gathered up our stuff. We've been driving now about 6 hours, and so we found a little piece of state land. Gonna throw out my cowboy camp here, a little bit of canvas, and throw out a couple pads in my sleeping bag and catch a nap. And we'll be getting into the unit tomorrow. It's the day before season, so just absolutely jacked. Hunting velvet bucks in the high country. All right, here we go. Opening to season here, 2021, hunting high country mule deer. Man, I'm just psyched to be back in this range. I haven't hunted this range since 2015, but good numbers of bucks, good size. So we're all loaded up. We got our backpacks for 10 days, maybe a couple more days if we need it. And we got to make a big climb. We got to climb about 3,000 vertical feet. No water on this side. Our water sits on the other side, so we'll climb up over the top, find a spot to camp, and get this party started. So should be fun. Just grinding our way up. No trail in here, we're all off trail, so fighting our way through some underbrush, but finally made the ridge, got our first 1,500 feet in elevation. And hunting these high country muleys, they hang up in these alpine basins, so been seeing does, and there'll be smaller bucks down low, and that's just a key indicator to look higher. These bucks don't need a lot of water up here. They got a lot of water from their food source, so we're going to where the bucks live, up in these top basins up here. But it's a climb, it's getting hot, we're sweating good. It's also important in the mountains to really pick your pace. It's easy to get exhaustion sickness. Like, we're at 9,000 feet now, we're carrying 45 pounds of gear, we're climbing up the top. It's important not to push too hard and take a few breaks. We're breaking in some shade now, getting some water in us, taking care of ourselves. We got 10 days in this country, so we got time on our side. But man, this is what it's all about. I've been dreaming about this place for a long time, getting back up in here and chasing these bucks. So I just can't wait to lay eyes on the first one and make our first play. But this is the essence of backcountry hunting. This is as pure as it gets. Carrying everything we need for 10 days, living in the backcountry, and then trying to get within a stone's throw of a big mature buck. For a backcountry bow hunter, it doesn't get any better. Making our way up. We've got about 2,400 feet we've climbed. We got about 1,200 feet to go, but now she's getting pretty extreme. This is mountaineering. So you can see these peaks in the backdrop. We're gonna have to kind of skirt around those and make sure we keep safe around these rock cliffs and things. But we're getting close to the top. This is where the bucks live. This is where they like to be in the summertime. So we're in the right area. We're seeing a bunch of sign. We haven't seen any bucks yet, but it's a matter of time. This evening we'll get on a good vantage point that really shows off country, and we'll see those things start to squirt out here and there, and hopefully find a big one to make a play on tomorrow. So we're pumped. 3,600 feet of elevation. I don't know the miles yet, probably only 6 miles, but just straight up cliffy stuff. But we made it. We made our campsite. We got a nice flat spot, real protected for lightning. We're down off the ridges, off the peaks, probably a good 750 feet off this ridge line. So we're sitting really good. We're about out of water now, so we're gonna go roll over and find water in this spring and fill up, but we're psyched. We're in here and ready to hunt deer. Made it in here to camp, and then we worked in here to my spring I've got in here. And this spring, this is the lifeblood of the backcountry. This is the only reason we can be in here. We're above 10,000 feet. There's no other water sources around, and we've got this little spring that trickles out of the mountain. And it's down off the ridge. You can't see it or glass it from anywhere. I just found it one year being in here, but it gives us a real niche in the mountains. Nobody else can be in here and live for days on end and chase these bucks that live in here. And so we're set for the trip. We're stoked. All right, opening day. We're just climbing this morning. We came up here last night and kind of scouted this area. We saw 8 bucks up in this area, a couple that were good mediums, nothing giant, but I don't think we covered it that well, and we're seeing a lot of the bucks low, so we're gonna get up here and work down the ridge line and glass some of these lower features in this deep green. So we'll see what we can turn up today, but super stoked. This is the day we've been waiting for. It's a grind to get in here yesterday, but hopefully all this effort will be worth it. We got a good camp set up down below. We got water, so we're sitting good. We're gonna have some smoke today, so we're gonna have to contend with that. But I think it's gonna clear up as the week goes. But we're just gonna glass, and then glass some more, and hopefully turn up the one. So we located these bucks. We've got one that's on the line. He's a pretty nice heavy buck with good forks, but it's first day. I think we're gonna hold off on him and just save him here in this drainage. We're gonna work up this ridge. We did see a giant across the way, but he's way over there. So we've got that one as well. That's a good shooter buck, so try to keep our eyes on him, but hunting deer doesn't get any better. We sat on that really good vantage point. We had the couple bucks we'd seen this morning, and we just never saw them. This buck over here had 4 or 5 bucks with him. I mean, one of those bucks I would have thought would have got up and repositioned. So we've got an idea where they went to around the corner, kind of this buck nest of these rock outcroppings. So we're gonna go check that out, but we're just hunting our way over there. And so we popped over this ridge and glassed all this stuff behind me here, just trying to pick out a bedded buck down there in the basin. We're just gonna work slow, glass as we go, and hopefully turn one up. Snuck down to this spot where we thought the bucks were, and we busted this one to the side. It was like 20 yards. Had a really nice wide frame. I'm not sure if he was a shooter or not, but he was close. Busted him out, and there was another 2 down below. There might be some more in here yet. Keep picking our way through here and see if we can see them first, but tough when you don't know their exact position and you're just kind of still hunting through here. It's not high percentage, or it can be, I guess. You just got to see them first. We had a really good wind, but just the way it goes. He's across the We need to sneak back over the ridge and sneak up, grab a different vantage point, try to keep our eyes on them. We're in position if they come by us, or they might bed down below us, but it's go time. Well, we just made it back to our packs, just had to make a big climb up. Man, we watched that good buck this morning, had this giant frame on him. He was just a stud of a buck. He was just with so many deer, and they came down here and they milled around at this bottom down there, and we really thought they were gonna bed there, and we were 15 minutes from them, tops. So we crept down the mountain and thought he'd be right over that ledge. I could see a couple does still. And crept over that ledge and he was gone. So he gave us the slip. Walked down looking for him, peeking over rocks and likely bedding terrain, and just couldn't turn him up. We did find their tracks. There was a group, there's probably like 5 bucks in the group, maybe 6. So we found their tracks and we followed them around a couple ridges to some likely bedding terrain. We never did turn him up. So just the way it goes, it was a good solid play. Like, I thought he was gonna be there. It really looked like they were milling around and gonna bed. And we couldn't really wait for him to bed because he got on our side hill, so we were going to lose view of him. So we had to get down there and either catch him moving down or catch him right there bedding. But no luck on our side this morning, but that's fun. I mean, all the work, all the effort, that's what it's for, is to get a chance at a giant mule deer like that. So got to play, got to stalk, just got to continue working hard and earn another one. So it'll happen. Just got to catch a buck in the right spot and keep playing the game. But fun being up here, fun trying anyways. These are the spots where these mule deer bed. It just got shade almost the entire day. We're just here in the sun right in the evening, but totally secluded in here, protected. These are the beds that you really got to glass the shade to try to find these mule deer, but this is an awesome one. Well, we hunted this evening and kind of came into a different canyon we hadn't been in, and there's a bunch of good bucks in here. We probably saw 20 bucks in here and a handful of good shooters, so no time to get to them tonight with what we had and what the wind was doing, but we should have a really good play in the morning. Watch these things, let them bed in their afternoon bed, and then use those uphill thermals, try to come down on them. So it'll be a big go, but that's what we signed up for. So gonna try to get a play on one tomorrow. Just gonna hike back to camp. My mouth's watering for some dinner, so we'll grab that, glass our way back, and then we'll be right back here at daybreak and find one of those shooters. Hey, good morning guys. We watched that big frame buck. He bedded up there. He bedded for about 2 hours, and then the sun started getting on him and he worked right back into the trees, and we haven't seen him come out. So we got a good play on this buck. We just got to make this big go down and up the other side, make the ridge and then over to him, then wait for him to come out. But yeah, this is what it's all been for. Found a good buck, got a good chance at him, so hopefully we can make it happen. saw me turn my head back around. All right, that's a bummer. Made all the way over here. Caught that buck right where we left him. Made a sick play down there. I had him at 39 yards. I could range the buck. I couldn't get an arrow in him because he had a limb right over him. Just waiting for him to stand. I turned my head a little bit and he caught that movement. They blew out of there. I mean, it was the littlest of movement, but just what it is. They just don't put up with much. We were in the shadows. I could see his eye down there, and it was really tough to tell which way his head was turned in that brush, but I just made a slight movement, and that's all it took, so. That's deer hunting. Try to find another one. That's all we can do. So we had that stalk on that buck. Just left him and we spotted like 10 bucks over here on the side hill. There are a handful that we saw this morning that disappeared from us. So there's 2 shooters in the group. A lot of eyes in there, but I think we got a pretty good play, get above them and then come down this creek bottom. So we got to kind of see what we got once we get over there, but just side hill and high, try to make it around these things. It's like 3 o'clock now. So we got time on our side, so back in the game.
What are you doing, Barney? Headlamp, knife, going to kill a buck. It's been quite a day, but we've got our group of bucks and they're down there right off this hillside with a good wind, and we got about an hour and a half left to light. And so we're gonna fill up the pockets. We're gonna go kill one of those things. Okay, we've been cruising all day, covering a bunch of miles, looking at these drainages, small bucks and does all day until we finally spotted a shooter down below us here. We got a bunch of storms coming in, there's lightning all around us, but we got a good wind and we got a good buck down below us, so we're gonna ditch our packs here, go light, and we're gonna try to kill this thing. Okay, spot marked.
Double lunged him.
Hi, I'm Brian Barney, and I have a passion for bow hunting big mule deer. Alongside of Dan Bakar and Guy Eastman, we put together a course with absolutely everything you need to know for DIY public land mule deer. We have a combination of 80 years of hunting experience, in this course, we walk you through different chapters where we take you through text, we take you through pictures, we take you through over 75 live videos. We take you through podcast segments where we discuss the crucial points to harvesting big mule deer. If you want to take your mule deer hunting to the next level, make sure to check out Eastman's Mule Deer Hunting School.
Man, it came together. I was at a loss for words. I just absolutely love bow hunting. That was crazy. Just effort pays off. We're 1,000,000 miles from our camp right now. We just hunted all day long checking these basins, and we had these thunderstorms come in or lightning storms come in, and started raining on us, and we looked down and we spotted these bucks down here. And so, I mean, it was like Rambo's first blood. We stalked down the creek bottom the whole way, kept clear, snuck up to right here, and he was out about 100 yards, and all of a sudden I popped up right here and he was like 40, like right in our grill. And it came together. Effort pays off. High country buck just doesn't get any better. I just couldn't be happier. I just love the adventure that comes with these trips. It's just the purest form of bow hunting that you can get, and it just doesn't get any better than this. I just absolutely love bow hunting, love backcountry bow hunting, and especially high country mule deer. All right. Oh, this is a sight for sore eyes. We've been grinding down that mountain. Man, you want to be a backcountry hunter, you better be tough, but this is a good feeling here. Get all this meat in this cooler, and we're on our way back to Montana. Oh, doesn't get any better. What an adventure. It's so awesome. Definitely a push coming down that thing. My quads are on fire. Take a bath here in the creek, be out of here.